What's up, sis?
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? I gotta mess with you. How you feeling today?
I am. It's been one of them days, for real.
I was I was asking everybody up in here how their day been. One of people said they got their driver stuck and had to get them out for $2 a mile.
Yeah, sometimes it have to be like that.
Yeah.
You got no other choice.
As long as you get them out for $1.02 a mile, then you okay. What's up? Hey man, coming on the live. Coming on the live, sitting down, bro, man.
I'm trying to say, man. Like with no care in the world.
No care whatsoever, man. Come on.
None at all.
I got cares. I also got to relax, man. You can't get too stressed out, man.
Man. Yeah. What's up? Yeah. So.
I know, because I said, you busy?
Hey, bro. That's how you be. Yes. That's how you be at work.
No, he couldn't talk.
This ain't at work, man. This ain't the government, man. How your day been, James?
Man, it's like the way you see me now. That's how it's been, man. I just been relaxing, trying to recover from the weekend.
I think is it just me or is this like the whole day has just been crazy, man? Like crazy.
I think well, I can't say my day was crazy. You can say your day was crazy. My day wasn't crazy. It was busy in the morning, but after I took care of some stuff, I took a nap. So
look at this mother. All right. I had the first thing that went wrong, the dedicated lane that my driver was supposed to be on, it went haywire.
Today?
Oh, really?
That was starting today?
It was supposed to start today. Pretty much, the dedicated lane for power only allows them to rent a trailer. They didn't have any trailers.
Okay. Oh wow! Did he wait for the last minute?
I tried to get him everything last week. It was a red flag shot up. They was like, "Hey, call me at 8 o'clock on Tuesday," and I'm like, "Okay." So I called him this morning at 8 o'clock, and he was like, "Let me hit you right back. We getting the number. We're getting everything set up." He called me back. Hey man, we don't have no trailers. So it went down here, but I had to pivot, find my driver trailer, found him a load, and it worked out. But then when I found him a trailer, he got to the yard to get the trailer. It was an Amazon trailer. They said they don't have no empties. So we had to wait an hour there for him finally to get a trailer. It was crazy all day.
Wait a minute, you got an Amazon trailer as a loadout?
Yeah.
How did that work? Like, did you get it from Amazon or did you go through another broker?
Right.
Well, I went through a broker and it's a lot of these brokers what I'm seeing now. I guess they teamed up with Amazon for some odd way. And pretty much you got to download Amazon Relay and they'll send you to an Amazon lot and you'll pretty much get a loadout trailer from an Amazon lot.
But if you do Amazon, let me ask you a question. But if you do Amazon on your own as a dispatcher and you're trying to dispatch somebody else through Amazon Relay, don't they cargo insurance and they liability insurance is a little more higher than what is required than the 1,100,000 cargo?
Yeah,
I know you gotta have 2 million far as that. I think how you pronounce aggregate. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I know you gotta have 2 million something. And one of the things you gotta have 2 million. So
how long was is the loadout for? Is it a week?
Yeah, for like 5-7. Well,
you know, the people know bad habits.
Oh my goodness.
The trailer, how long is the loadout trailer? The correct way.
The correct that's on the rate con is for 5 days, sir.
Okay. You guys. 5 days.
But
Please
Dorsey,
make sure you read your rate cons and understand you don't want to get no overcharges or no rate reductions. If you're dealing with power only.
We don't care about no rate reductions on the loadout. We get money with the loads.
Yeah, bro. Keep that.
But you know what, James? They be slipping that little bit right in there. I'm telling you, gotta pay attention. That if you don't download the tracking, you know, they'll stick that stuff in there. You late to a delivery, deduction.
Okay, I got a question for y'all. Let me ask y'all that. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that familiar with it. Have you all ever booked a double blind load and you know what the deal is behind that?
Yeah.
Like
yes, I have.
What is it like? What are they doing? It seemed like it's a scam to me. And I'm like, there's like, don't show them the BOL and don't tell them this and don't do this and don't do that. And it was like, if you violate any of these rules, it was like 3 or 4 rules. It was like, we're gonna take $250 off the rate. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, who are y'all?
Yeah,
scamming?
so it's like a third party, right? So they'll send you 2 different bill of ladings. You get one signed by the shipper and one signed by the receiver. Because they don't want each other knowing where the freight is coming from, or if it was a third party given to a third party to, you know, dispatch it out to get it moved.
Like, why is it just like wild secrecy? I don't get it.
So when they do say blind shipment, make sure you understand, like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to give you the directions. They're going to tell you it's a blind shipment. And they're going to tell you that we're going to send you 2 bill of ladings. Or, you know, the shipper will give you a bill of lading. And then we'll send you another bill of lading for the receiver, for you to have the receiver sign. Do not show the shipper and receiver the same BOLs.
Yeah, that's what they did. So my guy picked it up, and they were like, the shipper's gonna give you a BOL. Do not show the receiver the BOL. He was like, well, I'm gonna email you another BOL. And that's the BOL. And he was like, okay, so this is what he told me. This was a short little run. It was a nice little. It was going from Dallas to Oklahoma City, right? So it's like a little over 200 miles, but we got like 1,000 for it, right? So that's like, you know, a good, nice little run.
That sure was.
He said the shipper in Dallas thinks it's going to New York City.
Right.
And then when we drop it in Oklahoma City, he said they think it's coming from New York City.
New York City, yeah.
But it's really going from Dallas to Oklahoma City, which is like right up the road. So I'm like, I don't care. I'm trying to get some money, but I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Like why all the secrecy? Like, who y'all?
But it happens frequently through this business. So you just got to make sure you understand when they do say this is blind shipment, that you understand, you know, when they tell you, hey, this is a blind shipment, do not show. Yes. And a lot of them tell you don't even show the rate confirmation when you want to pick up, because they don't want the people to see how much they dispatch that load out for. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they might have got 35,000 for this load. You heard me? And they only giving it to us for 2,500. You get what I'm saying? I'm just throwing some random numbers out there, y'all. But
let me say this real quick too. If it's a blind shipment, always ask for more. That's what I've learned, and that's a fact. Because when I first got a blind shipment, I immediately went to YouTube. Because I thought the first one I ever got was last year. I called you, James. You wasn't familiar with it, so I went to YouTube. And the lady, my Harrisburg driver that I used to have, that's out of PA. I got one with him, and I noticed that the rate was high. But I did research on the blind shipment, and they say always ask for more. It didn't give a reason why they're hiding. They just told, like Ebony said, is like make sure that you follow those directions of not letting nobody see that BOL, you know, the shipper and receiver or whatnot. And sometimes they ask you you might have to stop and print out
the
stuff
BOL.
or whatnot. Yeah. So, but you always ask for more. Like if it's a regular, if you in the area that's paying like $2 a mile, you better get $3 a mile for that blind shipment.
Yeah,
because they always pay more for that. Huh?
It was posted for 9. I just got 1,000, so it wasn't like a whole lot more. But you know, I always ask for something.
Nah, I got you.
I always try to ask, like, even or short, like, you know, I try not to be greedy, bro, because like 200 miles for $900, that's, especially right now, that's good money.
Great.
But I was still like, okay, well, can we do like 1,100? And he's like, I can't do 1,100, man. And I was like, well, let's do 1,000. He's like, all right, we'll do 1,000. So I'm like, cool. Like, that's a nice. It was heavy though. That's the other thing. They asked for empty and loaded scale tickets, but he was like, take pictures of receipts. You know what I'm saying? I'll reimburse you for them, whatever. So I don't know what they doing, bro, but it was just like, he was like, you cannot break any of these rules. Don't show them the BOL, but don't tell them where you're going. And I was like, hey man, I passed the news, the directions on to my driver, but you know, I don't know. I don't know.
I did a blind shipment last week for Spot Freight, and you know they big, so everybody doing it.
But yeah, everybody from Landstar to Fifth Wheel to all of them are doing it, right? Also, what I do want to say, guys, share this live out with 10 people, please. Make sure you go subscribe to our YouTube channel. He's not dropping knowledge. And also, I wanted to add to that, even when a broker asks you to do a, you got to pick up a check for them and mail it, have your driver mail it, because you'll get a check from the shipper or the receiver, and you're supposed to drop it. You never had that? So, so I know with Fifth Wheel that I've done this several times with them, where my driver, if they'll go pick up a shipment from a shipper, they'll get them a check. And what you do is you have your driver get that check, put it in that envelope, and they have to drop it off at a UPS or a FedEx box and show the receipt that they dropped it off and mailed it off and got it mailed off. Yes.
Okay.
I never experienced that.
So we don't.
So I kind of deal with it often with Fifth Wheel. They ask, you know, have my driver, they're going to give him a check, you know, and he needs to drop it and show the tracking number. So I'll have my driver take a picture of the ticket from UPS or FedEx, and I screenshot it. Once he sends the picture, I email it over to the broker saying the check has been dropped, so they can track it or whatever the case is.
I'm gonna have to watch this this podcast over again. I'm pretty sure. Seriously, that's some knowledge that I didn't ever even know. And that's one thing about dispatching. You're gonna find it's gonna be something every week that you can learn, every day, should I say? But it's definitely gonna be something like that you're gonna be like, yo, I never knew that. It's gonna throw you.
Yeah, because you can get thrown some loops at you, and you be like, what? But that's why you build your own network too, your own little group that you stay in communication with, because it might be something you don't know, they might know. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like that you didn't learn everything, because it changes from day to day, and you got to stay educated and stay researching stuff. Or, you know what I'm saying, just have those conversations with that person that you connected with. You know what I'm saying? Like we discuss all the time what type of days we have, you know, like it was just one of those days today. Like I had a driver, I had a new owner that was supposed to start today with me. His driver did the consultation, and I always ask my drivers to go get an empty scale ticket before I start with them, period.
Yeah.
Because I want to see your empty scale ticket. Also, I'm going to put that in your file folder. And, you know what I'm saying, so I can know how much your truck and trailer weighs with your equipment on there without any freight on there, right? In case I get asked, you know, if I book his first load, like, do you got an empty scale ticket? And a lot of times, if you don't go through the weigh stations and get your truck scale, a lot of brokers won't deal with you, because they'll run your MC and see that you haven't, you know, did no weigh tickets or none of that stuff. So you got to make sure your drivers are going through the scales, the weigh stations, all that, to stay in compliance. Even if you're dealing with a non-CDL hotshot driver, it's very important. They still have to follow the rules of the road, of DOT regulations, period.
Yeah, that's game there.
So my new owner, his driver quit today. He texted us this morning, I booked the load. I had to send the bitch back.
I'm sorry, it's not funny. It's just the way
you said he quit today?
So I did a consultation last week with them, right? So when I get them all signed up, like I told you, I do. Once I send out my carrier packet, you send it back. Once you send it back with everything that I need, then I put the date on my carrier packet the day you send back all your documents. I ask you give me 72 hours between that date so I can get you signed up with as many as brokers as possible.
72 hours, y'all.
72 hours. Because now you got to think about it. It's taking time for them to process it. Some of them you got to go through a verification mode. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the brokers that deal with Assure Assist. They gotta actually call the owner to get a verification saying you able to make decisions on their behalf. So that's why, a lot of people be like, I'm ready to get on the road right now. This and that. But it's a process. Shit. Just like you was waiting on your DOT number, give it a couple of more motherfucking days to wait. So that's how I move. Unless you want to get out there and I got you signed up with one motherfucking broker. I don't got time to be signing you up every motherfucking time I look up. No, because sometimes, y'all know, like C.H. Robinson, a couple of them take a couple of days before you even can get a load from them. So that's why I say point blank period, 72 hours. Because I want to make sure all your shit right, all your shit go through.
Amazon? Nah, that's a good segue into what we would talk, what discussion for tonight of new MCs. Yeah, new authorities, because that's something that we have to do is, especially with new authorities, with pretty much with any drivers, but with new authorities, you want to give them 24 to 70, I say 72 hours. Well, I say 40. I like 40. I like 48. So I don't know.
I say 72 because I started processing new driver today, right?
Yeah.
And when Assure Assist call them, because like some of them use Assure Assist TMS systems, right? So they gotta verify. If they don't answer their phone, Assure Assist will send you an email, let you know, well, we couldn't get a hold of him or her. So now I gotta text my owner like, hey, call this number, hit option 2. You know what I'm saying? So you can go and verify me so we can go and get this ball rolling. So that's when, once you get verified, then that's when the brokers will see, then they'll start shooting you them links to go and fill out the carrier packet for them.
To explain to everybody once again why you should wait 72 hours or 48 hours to sign people up. What's the reason why? The biggest reason.
Because it's a process. Like with C.H. Robinson, they take at least 2 days to process. They want to sign, if you dealing with a factoring company with your owner, if your NOA is not signed by your owner, they're gonna kick it back. They will hold you up. So before you sign your carry up with C.H. Robinson, make sure that NOA, which is a notice of assignment from their factoring company, is signed by your owner or owner operator, fleet owner, whatever. Make sure it's signed because they'll kick it back.
James, you in bed, bro?
Nah, man, I told you I'm relaxing, bro.
Come on, man.
I'm kicked back on the couch. Is this unprofessional? My bad. My bad.
Come on, man.
My bad.
Before I was rudely interrupted.
I'm sorry. I appreciate it, man.
So also, if you don't have a signed NOA, then and you book a load with C.H. Robinson, then it'll take them forever to process at your factoring company, send over NOA, and it's gonna take them forever. So your load will be just sitting there waiting till they fucking process your NOA. So that's one reason. It's
gonna hold them up, and what? I guess I want you to answer it a different way. How will it affect you, pretty much, if you go out there and just start booking them like If you don't do,
you'll be doing carrier packets every 5 fucking seconds, and you will miss a motherfucking load like that because what's happening now? If you're not signed up with them, half of them will pass you over. Like this next call might be already signed up with us.
That's what I want to hear right there.
On. Then you done fucking lost the load. That's why I don't fucking play no games. I don't do all that. Now, if it's somebody after he done passed 30 days and I know I can get them on, then they, hey, sign them up because it takes me literally like 4 seconds. I send over the W9 COA CRI.
Nah, I got you.
And be filling their bad number out, like for real. But
just to let people who just enter the chat, we pretty much talking about new MCs and how you handle new MCs, how you handle new drivers with new MCs, and what you should do with them. What Ebony just discussed, pretty much, you want to give your driver 24, 48, really 72 hours before you start booking them loads, because pretty much, like she just said, you'll lose a lot of loads if you try to go out there and just jump out there and start booking loads. It's just like in sports. If you about to go play Michael Jordan, you're not about to get out there on that court, because if you do, you're going to get your butt busted. You want to look at the film, if you're playing football or whatever. When they go play the Super Bowl, they wait 2 weeks because they got to look at film, they got to look at plays. The same thing with our business. You got to get you a game plan for this new driver and figure out what lane, sign them up with all the drivers, especially for new drivers, because there ain't a lot of people that they can drive with. And then you go out there and start booking loads. What do you think, or what would you say about the rates that new drivers get? Are they still getting rates as people that's been in the game for 2 years, or are they getting little boy rates?
I can't speak for nobody else. I'm going for the gusto, and mine's always get, you know what I'm saying, what I want, or I'm gonna get some money, extra money, from the broker. I'm just not taking what's there. Now with Florida, now if I'm down in motherfucking Florida, or I'm down in the state where ain't no motherfucking freight, I ain't got no other choice. And don't call my motherfucking phone, ask me why. Because I just told you, hey, we got the money going there, but you're going to take a loss coming up out. And everybody know how Florida could be.
What I'm asking is sometimes I run into that when you have a new driver that they can't, sometimes it might be a good rate with a company, with a big company that you have to be signed on for like a year or have your MC for a year, and you can't get some of those good rates. So you got to go with like Landstar or TQL, and their rates may be just a little bit cheaper. And I'm not saying nothing about negotiating. I'm just saying their rates may be a little bit cheaper because they know new drivers got to mess with them, instead of somebody like a big company, let's say like Snyder, might offer, a little bit more money. Do y'all run into that?
Yeah, I run into that because TQL, if everybody trying to bid for these shippers, because sometimes shippers, they do like bid and see who gonna give them the best rate to run that freight. And TQL always come in. What I've noticed is, you know what I'm saying, some of the brokers like, you can bid on it because I'm waiting on to get a respond back to see if I got the bid. And TQL always come in and undercut them motherfuckers. So that's why TQL, give out that cheap ass freight. I don't fuck with.
I can't. Nah.
But I'm saying, James, that's what's happening though. I heard from too many brokers though, for real.
He love TQL, bro.
I love
I don't fuck with TQL.
This double blind load that I
gang
about, that was the TQL, right? You could be a blood. I'm a crip all day. Hey. What's up? You know what I'm saying? What up, Paris?
TQL, they might fuck with you, James, but I don't fuck with them.
I love TQL because I'm lazy. So number one, if you get a low, I mean,
we know that
it's all about.
Hey, he laid back right now.
Shut your mouth. If you get a low with TQL, if you can negotiate. Now, I don't run cheap freight, period. I mean, unless I absolutely have to, unless it's like one of my guys say, hey, I got to go home. I got to go pick up my kids. You know, it is what it is. But if we out on the road, we trying to make some money. If they say this is the rate, it's like, okay, pass. I keep it moving. But TQL, man, I have not had any. I know there are horror stories. I've heard other dispatchers and owner-operators talk about it. I've never had any serious issues with TQL. I love TQL because literally once you get on that phone and you basically make the deal and they say, oh, okay, I'm going to send you the rate con.
Yeah.
Now, y'all tell me this. How many times have you made a deal with a broker on the phone and then they hit you back 5-10 minutes later, oh, it got covered? I've never had that happen. I've had that happen with everybody else. TQL has never done it. When they send that email, when they hit send on that email, it's yours. I've never had them yank a low.
I can admit that.
I hate that. So,
I admit that.
Literally, you type your name in, you hit the box, you whatever. They go through that little, oh, what type of equipment you got, 53-foot drive van, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to send over the driver's instructions to get you dispatched, and it's over and done with. So I got no problems with TQL. Look, we just going to have to be on opposite sides, okay? We set tripping, all right? I'm riding with TQL.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We always can agree to disagree. I just don't fuck with them.
You know what I hate? What I hate about TQL is that a book, they have post 8 loads.
Yeah.
And pretty much all of them be pretty much going to the same place, but the destination will be different.
Yeah,
one will be picking up in Chicago.
They'll change like a couple of cities over. You see what I'm saying? Just so that motherfucker get moved.
You don't know where you picking up at, yo. You picking up in Florida somewhere. You all the way in Chicago.
That's what I'm saying. See how they lie? How you saying lie? I'm gonna need a motherfucking lie when I get on the phone with motherfucking TQL. What my dude say? Lie. Hey, give me one of them motherfuckers. I need a third party when I'm on the phone with they ass.
Monique asks, does TQL lowball because people are accepting these horrible rates? What y'all think? James says no. I already know. What you think?
I'm not, whoa. I'm not saying they don't lowball because they do. Yeah. But I'm just saying is, as a dispatcher or as an owner-operator or a fleet or whatever you are, nobody got a gun. Like I said, unless it's like hey, man, I got to pick up my kids this weekend. I got to get home. Then we do what we got to do. But if we if we on a mission, or we just getting on the road, or we just out on the road, we trying to make some money. I don't care who posts what. Like if the rate ain't right, we ain't taking it. So no, I'm not just on TQL like, oh, whatever they put out there, I just jump on. That's not the case at all.
Nah.
But I've had too many, bro. I've ran literally. I can say it now at this point. At the time I've been dispatching, I've ran literally hundreds of loads with TQL, and I mean, all brokers have issues and problems, and you got to deal with the BS no matter what. But I've never had them yank a load from underneath me, and I've never had them like do anything super, super crazy. I've dealt with some crazy stuff with other brokers, but I've never had any serious issues. So when I hear people say things about TQL, I'm not saying they're not valid. And I'm not saying like what Ebony's saying. I believe it 100%. If that's been her experience, I believe it. It's just I've personally never had that, so I haven't been like turned off to that. But I think all brokers post like cheap freight. That's just, that's the nature of business. You trying to get that low move for as cheap as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just about how your mouthpiece work. You know what I'm saying?
Mine 5.
Yeah. So side for you guys. Make sure you guys tune in with us. Go get your ticket for our free webinar on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Saturday, July 9th. We will be doing a break-even calculator.
Oh, it is this
Saturday. Forget?
I'm joking.
Oh, my God. You about to have me on live by myself? Wait a minute.
I'm joking.
Y'all see this BS?
Y'all answer this question though. In this market, what rate per mile are y'all aiming for? What y'all aiming for?
I just got a load for $5. $5.36.
$5. Honestly, right now, I've been trying to get my drivers to go to Savannah or South Carolina. Because coming out of Savannah or South Carolina, you can get $4 a mile coming out of there.
You know that
no lie.
Coming from PA, down to Virginia West, that whole motherfucking side is lit.
Come from PA?
Lit. Huh?
From PA?
Well, I'm saying for my high shot. I don't know about you, but for my high shots,
yeah,
that I've been running them basically in a square or a triangle. Like I can, like my one driver that I have coming out of South Carolina, he he picked up in Charlotte today. He's going up to Illinois. This the one that I got the $5 for. He's gonna drop in Illinois tomorrow. Then we're gonna take this quick. He actually going 61 miles from Illinois to Missouri. Yep. 61 miles.
Now that's good right there.
Yeah, so
for $5?
Yeah, so I'm definitely, I mean, and when you build that relationship with these different brokers, they gonna call you. When I say they gonna call you, they gonna email you before they even fucking post it. You know, we all, name of the game, we all want to go direct shippers, you know, and book our business like that and cut out the middleman. But I'm just saying, still build those relationships. Yeah. Whether, you know, relationships, period. You know what I'm saying? Because you need an accountability partner as well that's going to hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go through it. Like, if you down today, shit. You know, that other person might say something to get you back going and, you know what I'm saying, bring life back into you. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you guys, I lost some carriers. But my phone been ringing. You know what I'm saying? So it's about, you know, you having that affiliate partners. I'm telling you, you just never know who's going to send you somebody. So relationships.
Most definitely. Relationships is definitely key, and having that good circle. So you said you got 5. James, what do you what you trying to average over there?
Man, with these 18-wheelers, bro, I'm not hitting it consistently, but my standard is like right now between $3 to about $2.75 a mile. If I can get in that range, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to get one of my guys home over before the weekend, holiday weekend. It worked out perfectly though. It was beautiful. So we had a load. The first load, we was almost hitting like $4 a mile. But then the second load, it was like $2 a mile, but it averaged out to around like $2.78, $2.79. And like I broke it down because this guy he owns a truck, but he's not in it. He has a driver. So I broke it down to the owner. I was like, look, man, we went this far at this rate. We went this far at this rate. But if you add all the miles, including the deadhead, you know what I'm saying, and the total of, you know what I'm saying, the trip to get him back home, you know, we hit, like I said, it was $2.78, $2.79. So it worked out. So, I mean, to me, that's where you need to be. But then, again, like what y'all doing, you and Ebony with the whole break-even thing, that's so important because y'all you have to know what their break-even point is. You got to have an idea of what the expenses are because that really dictates, you know, if you're running a profitable, if you're doing a good job making sure that your carrier is profitable, because if you know what these costs are and everything, and then of course you throw in your variable, your fuel and stuff like that, then you have a good idea of, okay, so where do I need to be at, you know what I'm saying, to keep them operational and everything. So, I think you gotta try and be aggressive when you're talking to these brokers, but at the same time, you gotta realize that the market is still rates are still kind of low. And of course, fuel is still crazy. So again, that's why you got to be a little bit more aggressive, trying to get as much money as you can out of them. But you know what I'm saying? Like Alex always says, it swings back and forth. You know what I'm saying? We had our time where we was just eating real good, and then we went through a lean time. I don't know about y'all, but what are y'all experiencing? I feel like rates they're not where they used to be, but they coming up a little bit. Like I feel like they gotten a little better.
They got a little better. I say if you booking anything from 100 to 300 miles, you need to be $3 a mile. You shouldn't be down to no 200 if you're doing dry van you know, driving. I'm not speaking for box trucks and hot shots. I'm gonna let Ebony speak on that. From 100 to 300 miles, you should be getting $3 a mile.
Yeah.
Or probably like James said, no less than probably like, you should be getting $3 a mile. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For 100, 200, 300 miles, you could be picky with those.
I'm keeping all my loads under 500 miles, so that's why I'm able to do that. If you go over 500, you're not gonna hit $300.
Nah. I feel if you go up to 500, you start to kind of like you starting to play. You starting to play with stuff or whatnot. Because I started to see it dip when you go to 4, and then when I get up to 4, you want to be if you're doing 400 miles for $3 a mile is $1,200. So you want to be around 1,100 or 1,200 or maybe 13. You know. So then you get to 500 miles to be $2.50 a mile. You need to pretty much be at what's that, 13? No, $1,250. $1,250 is $250 a mile for 500 miles. Mm-hmm. So you're starting to kind of play with there. But 600 to 700 to 800 is no go. Now I can't. I would say I got a load from Ohio all the way to New Jersey today for 710 miles for 2,100, and it was an 18 mile deadhead. Nice. So I don't know how that came about. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. But like I said, it seems like the rates are going up. But for anybody that's in South Carolina or Savannah, it's booming coming out there. You can get 3, 4. I saw a load going from no lie, South Carolina this morning, going up to PA for 2,500. No lie.
How many miles is that?
It was probably like 5 or 6. 2,500, 600 miles for $3 a mile is 1,800.
18, yeah.
2,500. I'm like, wow. And it was like a decent time. I think it was picking up at like 1 p.m., but it had a delivery for the next day at 6 a.m. Okay. So I mean, late pickup, but still 2,500. You better tell your driver shut up and do that crap. Some of these drivers be like, "Oh, I don't want to wake up early." Like niggas. Oh my bad. I'm sorry. My bad. I be like, bruh, this junk paying this much money, and you tripping about waking up at 4 o'clock. Like we ain't gonna wake up at 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock all the time. But when it's paying good money, bro, you better get out your feelings, man. Let's go. I apologize for saying the N-word, y'all.
I think anyway. Okay. I think you might have a pass.
Yeah. I know, right? They probably think of me going on. Ebony, you was trying to show us something on here. A map. What was you showing us, baby? My bad. I ain't mean to
no, you good. I can wait. You know, it's 64 miles, and I got 350. Hold on, it's the map. So it's Litchfield, Illinois, going to Clayton, Missouri. If they want to see 64 miles, and here's my Raycon. I got 380 on it. Shit.
Okay. I can't even see it, but I trust you. All right. You gotta post that, yo.
Yeah, I think that was over $6. I think that was over $6. Yeah. So
he said, whoa now. But no, I'm gonna give y'all some gems, even though I'm gonna do an ebook on this. But for people who got some new carriers, I give y'all 15 seconds to go get your pen. I give y'all, because there ain't too many people on here. People who got new carriers. You already know TQL mess with you. Armstrong's Transport will mess with you. Best Logistics will mess with you. FitSmart will mess with you. Pivot, P-I-V-O-T, I think I'm pronouncing that right, will mess with you. Sunwell, S-O-N-W-I-L will mess with you. Trinity Logistics will mess with you if you got a new MC. Who else will mess with you, yo? Ryan Transport will mess with you. Archer Hub will mess with you. And all these people are pretty much got checks by Triumph. All them, they'll mess with you. That's just a couple of people just giving y'all some free people that'll mess with you on if you got a new MC under 3 months.
I mean, I love taking new MCs, especially if they got patience. They willing to go, because I explained to them in consultation, as long as you willing for the, you know what I'm saying, every business have its ups and downs. As long as you willing to weather through the storm, you know it's a storm, you know it's a process. Nobody's trusting you with their freight. You got to prove yourself. You got to build your own company up. I don't care if you ran under Billy Bob authority for 8 months. That don't fucking matter when you went and got your own authority. You starting to fuck over. So now you gotta build your own authority up. So it's about patience. Even when they, you know, as dispatchers, we gotta have patience. Even when you can't find them a load, you gotta let them know, look, this how this works. Everything ain't gonna go our way. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't fucking understand that, and then, you know, you can't have your driver sitting for several days, so you got to try to work something out. But also, sometimes it's okay to say no. Hang up on the fucking broker. No, I'm not taking that cheap freight. You know what I'm saying? And let them know that shit, okay, I already know. That's all you got in? You want to keep playing? Okay, bye. Fuck you. I'll wait on it. Because like I said, I run my trucks as if it's mine. So it gotta make sense at some point. But I know if we get stuck some motherfucking where, my drivers already know. When we going down to Florida, right now we go to Utah or something right now. We got that money, but we know we just probably gonna get some motherfucking gas money to get out, to get to a market where we need to be. And that's just, those are just facts, you know.
Ebony, tell me, what are some things that a new MC will get I don't want to say flagged, but what are some things that would keep a new MC from getting loads instead of just them having a new MC? And I'll start one off, them not having inspections. What are some other ways that you know, or you, James, what are some ways that new MCs can not get a load instead of them just having a new MC? What are some reasons that brokers have told you, hey, you don't have this?
Definitely like you said, the inspections. I actually got turned down for a load. The MC, that particular MC just hit 90 days, like maybe 2 weeks ago. And the broker told me, he said normally they want 6 months, but he said they would have did 90 days, but he hadn't had an inspection yet. So like we didn't get the load. Inspection is, for me, is always the biggest thing. I'm trying to think of any other reason besides that, besides just the age of the authority. I've never really, the only other issue I've ever had is inspection. They'd be like, well, we would let you run it, but you haven't had an inspection, so we can't. Otherwise, they just be like, oh man, we need, 180 days, you only got 90, or we need a year, you know what I'm saying, you're not there yet. I'm trying to think. I mean, if y'all say something and I remember, then, you know what I'm saying, it might be something else, but I feel like inspection is the only reason I've ever gotten turned down for a load when the authority was like old enough.
What about you, Ebony?
Yeah, I could say the inspections, but also if you have ran a load and for some odd reason, whether your dispatcher or your communication was off, and you just, some of the brokers can be dirty and they report you on the safer work website, hit you with a freight guard. You know what I'm saying? Put a bad ding on you. And once that new, whoever you try and get a load from, they type their MC in, like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to fuck with you. So, things like that can happen. But like James said, it's basically inspections. That's why, hey, I make that be known to my drivers. Make sure you fucking go through a weight station. I even make their ass go get an empty one. Go get a motherfucking scale ticket, please.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta walk them hand by hand. Yes. This how I talk to their ass sometimes too. I can be very professional, but when I go in mother mode, that's just what it is. It's no disrespect, but we in a partnership, goddamn it. So if we don't get this money, shit, you losing money and I'm fucking losing money, and I got a motherfucking attitude at this point.
Exactly. I've had a
and a lot of them just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of walk them hand by hand.
A lot of them. I've had a lot of new drivers with new MCs, especially with power only. The broker didn't say this, but pretty much the broker needed them to have, and I mentioned this before, straps, load bars. And since they're power only, or hell, even if they got a drive in, they don't have that on their truck. And actually, ever since I've been hanging around Ebony, she's made me better because she stressed her 6 point. I ain't gonna lie, I've slacked on that in the past, but honestly, being around her and she say it all the time, I'm like, that's on my list of pretty much making sure. And even she sent me her her paperwork. I took her logo out the background.
Out too. Right. I sent you the email that I sent out with them to the drivers.
But that's something that can keep you from with these new drivers and with these new MCs, like what we're talking about, they don't know. And even if they do, you still got to kind of like act like they don't know. You know what I'm saying? And just pretty much go over everything with them. Have a list of, hey, do you know how to use your ELD? That's something, what you just ran into that, Ebony, right? That pretty much.
So, with the ELD, some of them, like 2 new people that I just got, they trying to run on motherfucking paper laws. I don't give a fuck. You ain't got no non-CDL. Your truck would not move with no paper log fucking with me. You might as well find some janky ass dispatcher that's gonna let you run that bullshit. But I'm gonna need you to go and order a keep trucking motive. I don't give a fuck who you go with. You better get that motherfucker on order. You need an ELD system. Yes. Yeah. Because like I said, a lot of them still don't understand. And CJ can contest to this. I send out a motherfucking PDF form type with the service hours breakdown for every motherfucking thing. How they can be 14 hours on, 11 drive, 8 at 30, drive straight 30 minutes. They do the A2 split, A3 split. I break all that shit down in my PDF. Yeah. And then I send out the 6 points of communication. And once they receive it, I have a consultation with their ass again. Make sure you understand. Do you understand the words that's coming out of my mouth or that I sent over in the email? Because I'm going to need you to understand. Because this is very important, for real. Because if I have to hunt you down, you know what I'm saying? And motherfucker, you ain't let me know you got to that shipper. And especially if you're a driver and you don't own that fucking truck, I got a motherfucking attitude. Because now you fucking up his relationship. You get what I'm saying? And then comes calling me or texting me 50 hours later, time I've been sitting here for this long. Well, bitch, when was you gonna let me you was there?
See, wow.
Because I never knew you made it there yet.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of stuff that you run into. No, seriously. Because I didn't have that happen with drivers.
I missed out on some detention last week. Yeah. The driver, I think I mentioned it last week, or I told you guys about it. The driver was pretty much, matter of fact, last podcast, I think at 9 o'clock, the driver just pretty much left the shipper. And he'd been there at 1 o'clock. And he missed out on detention because he texted me 2 hours later. Well, actually, I had to call him because the shipper was like, yo, is your driver there? And I would admit that I actually forgot. But pretty much I had to text the shipper and let him know, hey, my driver was on site. But my driver didn't let me know that he was there. And he missed out on detention. So a little bit my fault. So, but you definitely have to make sure these drivers communicate, and you also like stay on top of the drivers as well. What do y'all feel about also drivers not knowing their clock or knowing how to run their clock pretty much? I think a lot of drivers don't know how to pretty much run their clock, especially when you need a driver. Because every now and then you're going to need a driver to do that 7-3 split or 8-2 split. And it's a lot of them. I know drivers out there that's been driving for 10 years and don't know how to do the 7-2 or the 8-2 or the 7-3 split. And it's going to come a time you're going to need to do that, especially if it's a good money load or like, you know, maybe you've been sitting at a shipper for a long time and you need to make the next load on time. You're going to need to know that. What do y'all think about that for these new drivers?
Yeah, that's why I do. That's why I say I go over that with them to make sure they understand. Even if I do a tutorial with them, because I've done it several times. So to show them and make sure they understand. And it's just something, you know, we might have to do because, you know, some of the dispatchers might not understand the ELD system either. You get what I'm saying? A lot of them probably never even seen, you know, pulling up their driver ELD system. So they probably don't understand it either. So maybe that's something that, you know, we can
teach later one day.
Yeah. So.
That might be something we can do. Y'all got time for a couple questions that people probably can ask if they have some questions, a little quick Q&A?
Yeah, I got time.
Okay. Does anybody want to ask a question? Somebody want to hop on live real quick?
Because my household knows I go live every Tuesday.
That was up. That was up. Let everybody know.
Hey, I need you to send me that PDF about the logs and the time and everything over. If you get a chance to, please, ma'am.
I sure will, sir. I definitely will. Anything for you, James.
Hey, you better not say that out loud, I think.
No.
He got the earbuds in. I'm just messing around.
She didn't mean it like that. Stop trying to.
But you know what?
Man. You always trying to instigate something. What's wrong with you, man?
Hey, man, I gotta make it fun, brother.
Hey, Curtis told me something when I sent him over my stuff, and then you know I put my little logo in the background. He said I know how to remove that too. I said you called in the motherfucker.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about sending me the empty version. I got that. But no, does anybody want to come on and ask questions, or anybody have a question that's in the chat that they been wondering about with new MCs or just anything that maybe, or you just got a story that you wanted to share that pretty much that happened to you pretty much this week with a rough driver or last week, but we shut it down out there in live
lane. One guy was asking about how you get a dedicated lane. I don't know if he's still on.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. Appreciate that, Evan. That's what I'm talking about. Teamwork make the dream work. What was that? That was one of the first questions.
E-Docs, could you guys talk about dedicated lanes, how to get them, and how do you get paid from them as a dispatcher?
What we learned in course we took is pretty much something super simple. It's just asking that question. Is, hey, do you run this lane often? And I don't even wait till after I finish running the lane. I ask it in the beginning because I'm already chopping it up with him like he my homeboy. Just like how we talking on here, I talk to brokers just like that. And I'm already building a rapport. So I ask him, hey man, how often y'all run this lane? And 9 times out of 10, they run it 3 or 4 times. Now, what I will say I run into a lot of times is one-way lanes. I can get those every day. Every day I can get a one-way lane. It's kind of hard for me, I see, to get like a 2-way street or whatnot. But just asking that question, hey, how often do you run this lane? If you ask that on every load, sooner or later, you will have a lane. Hey, I was telling James that I got a lane that's like 3 to 4 times a week. What's that? West Virginia to Maryland, paying $1,400. I think it's like 300 miles, but it's only one way. You know what I'm saying? I get those literally probably every day. So it's like, but just finding that two-way street. And the dedicated lane I got right now, which Ebony spoke on early is about your circle. And James introduced me to the person. I didn't even know the young lady. James introduced me. So having James in my circle and him introduced me to somebody, she hooked me up with a dedicated lane. So it may not always come through the broker. Sometimes it may just come through your circle. Somebody just showing love, So that's one way that I pretty much would say find a dedicated lanes. Go ahead, anybody.
Also, if you if you go directly to the shipper and get a dedicated lane and you cut the broker out, just know for you to get paid, it takes 30 days. So they'll treat you just like a broker. You want to get that money right up, You can send it through a factoring company if that shipper is approved through that factoring company that your owner, or your fleet owner is signed up to. So that's something that you definitely when you if you going directly to a shipper, you want to run their name in the factoring if your driver or owner has a factoring company, or like they said, you got to wait 30 to 60 days in order for you to get paid for that dedicated lane. So be aware of that.
Yeah, definitely. So somebody had to say it, DJ. I was on them, so I ain't want to say it, goddamn. Nah, Jay, my boy, man, goddamn. How do y'all feel about, and what Ebony said definitely is, let me acknowledge that, is definitely true. How do y'all feel about having a late fee for drivers that consistently deliver loads late without an explanation? At the end of the day, the driver is also representing your company as much as you are repping him. What do y'all feel about that? Theirs.
So that's interesting. So they delivering loads late, but like when we say late, how late we talking? We talking like, okay, it was a 7 o'clock appointment, he getting there at 9, 10 o'clock, or it's like it's due Tuesday, he getting there Wednesday, Thursday. Like what and it's continuously, like how often is this happening? Is this like every single load? Because that sounds like you don't need to be fining nobody or giving no fees. You might need to be firing somebody. But, it's just, I'm trying to understand the situation.
Like he's smoking something. He a narcoleptic or something. He just on the road.
So if they is getting late fees and they, like I say, when I send over a rate confirmation, I tell the driver to fucking read it because he needs to know what the load's requirements are. And so sometimes they put in there, if you late, they take a deduction off that rate. So if he don't understand that, unless he got a motherfucking breakdown and we got proof that he broke down or something like that, that we can prove to the broker, you know what I'm saying? It's very important. He'll lose business like that. He'll lose a relationship just, on some bullshit. Because he don't, basically, motherfucker don't give a fuck. And if he not the owner of the truck, you definitely need to have that constant communication with the owner and let him know, like, look, this driver that you got gonna fuck up your money, gonna fuck up your relationships. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be transparent with people. Don't try to be like, oh, well, Billy Bob, sometimes he does this. No. Motherfucking Billy Bob, his ass don't never make his deliveries on motherfucking time. He fucking up our bag right now. You got, hey, for real. No, seriously. Because sometimes these drivers don't give a fuck. No, seriously. Because they feel like they got a CDL and it's on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Just like today, the driver that quit on me.
Yeah.
That quit on his owner. You knew motherfucking last week. Now, this man had been paying you 3 weeks without his truck moving. That's first mistake. Now, I just met this guy through a partnership that I got with a factoring company. You get what I'm saying? So once he told me that, I was like, that was your first fucking mistake. Your truck ain't making money. He don't make no motherfucking money. Now, I could see for a week or so, but if you don't understand, like, hey, I got to get this paperwork process, Then we get back on the road. Then I can pay you. But this man, his truck is in Texas, and this man in California. So you using this man truck, you using his diesel up and shit. Cause he got one of them newer trucks that can show, you know what I'm saying? Like on my Jeep, I have an app where it showed me where my gas had at. Like if somebody misplaced my keys, I can start my Jeep off my app. You get what I'm saying? So then after you talked to me, you knew you wasn't finna drive for this man no more. And then you wait till, because on 4th of July, I'm still working. I'm texting everybody. Y'all ready to fucking go? Some of y'all done jumped on the road already. What we doing? Because business never stops. So when I text him, he's like, yeah, I'm finna talk to him. I'm going to talk to the driver, whatever. He actually talked to this dude yesterday. And then, motherfucker, you hit us when I get booked you a load. And I text everybody in the morning like, good morning, hope all is well. You ready to go? Then you wait some minutes later and say, I won't be driving no more. That shit ran me 85 hot.
You look like you mad right now just thinking about it.
I know, right?
Because you know what I'm saying? I got some relationships where I'm talking about good relationships to where they already know what type of money I be needing. You know what I'm saying? So where they'll go and snatch the load for me and go and send it over to me. You get what I'm saying? Because they already know I got a truck that I need to move. I'm already letting them know, letting them know, hey, I'm going to have a truck so-and-so before he even fucking make it there. So if you got anything moving up out there, bitch, send it to me. If I ain't let you know, we already got some, you already know I'm still going that way.
Okay.
I want to address what Del Patio, forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Del Patio Logistics said it hasn't happened, talking about the fee for the driver being late, hasn't happened yet. Yet just thinking about adding it to the agreement of what Future Headaches, still working on the wording, the late fee would be given to the broker as a gift card or whatever. First of all, number one, we don't apologize to brokers in any type of monetary form. Well, let me say that again. I don't. I can't speak for these other two. I don't. I might say thank you to a broker, but I'm not apologizing, giving them nothing because they don't deserve it, in my humble opinion. I have gotten gift cards for, actually, there's only one broker I've ever actually done anything for, but that's like my, he's like my loadout connect, and he consistently gets me loadouts, and I just shoot him like a $20 Starbucks card through my phone, because like when you have iPhone superior technology, you can send you can send Starbucks cards and stuff through the app and everything. I don't know what these Android people doing, but you know, whatever. So as far as like what you're saying, like, oh, the driver was late here, let me apologize to a broker. Nah, man, get that. Oh, I'm not saying man, person. I don't know if you're a male or female. Get that out your head. You don't apologize to brokers like that, because you are literally one of 100 people that they're gonna talk to and deal with on an everyday basis. It's not even that deep. The issue more so would be, if that would happen consistently, would be with the driver. But a driver that's consistently late like that, they're not serious, and they don't want to, I mean, that's not somebody you want to work with anyway. So it's really nothing you need to be doing on your end to be apologizing or anything. You got to get that straight between you and them. If it's an owner-operator, you get that straight. Or if they're driving for a fleet owner, you get that straight, and you let them know, like, what you said is accurate. Like, that's your company name. You know what I'm saying? They're basically messing up your name, but you got to protect your name first. So the best thing to do might just be to cut ties. Because like we always say, all money ain't good money. So that's the way I would address that. But I'm not sending any type of anything of monetary value to a broker. I'm sending a nicely worded email to a broker to apologize. That's about it. But not sending them no money or gift cards or nothing like that. That's doing too much.
Yeah.
Leash, you saying I require $250 deposit? Is that for them to, when they on board with you, and it goes towards their last week of service, if y'all part ways? because he was asking about charging drivers late fees, and that's up to the owner. If he's not the owner, and if the owner put that in his contract, like if you keep going to, you know, making deliveries late, I got to deduct that from your pay. Then that's something for an owner to do. You know what I'm saying?
Now, somebody asked, the Ultimate Dispatch asked, on that note, do y'all require a deposit? And she said she required $250 deposit to onboard.
Onboarding is just my admin fee and non-refundable.
Yeah, I haven't required a deposit yet, but I'm pretty sure sooner or later I might. But I haven't had anybody ghost me yet. So
on the back of mine, I do a credit card consent form. And even if y'all don't pay attention to y'all factoring things, dispatcher, if you know, have your fee taken out let the factoring take your fee out of every load, you have to pay attention to their dispatch agreement when both of y'all sign it. Because what I do, I take a credit card consent form. They have to fill that out for me, and I let them know in my email that I send out when I send out my carrier packet that their credit card will be charged for any other fees that is not covered by that factoring company. Because what happens sometimes, just say for instance, y'all part ways and there's still money lingering in that account. All that money goes to the owner. So now if I lose out, I got that credit card. I'm going to let you know I'm finna charge your motherfucking card. I got your consent, and I'm going to let you know. I'm going to send an invoice, of course. And like, hey, you still owe me so-and-so for this loads. I'm going to break down the loads where I didn't get paid from, you know, if I got an agreement where my money comes out straight from the factory company. Because I do have carriers where, you know, especially with OTR, they do where you can get your dispatch money taken, your percentage taken out of each load that you factor with them for that carrier.
Yeah.
And they just pay me every week.
He also asked about late fees. Are y'all strict on that? I know I'm strict on I have $150 late fee. If you late on, you gotta pay me by Monday by 9 o'clock. And if you don't pay me by 9 o'clock on Monday, I'm adding an extra $150. So I do have that. But I think Leash and Ebony, they have the onboarding as far as the credit card and you know.
I have a late fee too, though. I charge a $200 late fee, so I bill from Tuesday.
Step my game up, bro.
I bill from Tuesday to Monday. I send out your invoices on Monday by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have not paid it by Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will not get another motherfucking load until you pay me with the $200 tacked on.
Do you send them a little courtesy? Like, let's say,
So I use a merchant, I use Square, and I do send them a courtesy. Square, I'll send their ass a courtesy because I got it where when you do your Square, your invoice, it is let you put those little reminders in there. If you want to do one day, okay, so you send it out.
Hey, look at the eyes, bro. She's like,
talk about money. She's serious.
Yes.
I had to send out a reminder for one of my drivers
because
Saturday.
We're business owners at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with my money and I won't fucking play with yours. You know? Shit. You know, and what I hate is as African American people, we get deemed the worst, like we got the worst customer service. Like, come on. Like, serious. Like, I could, even though I do this with y'all on here, but I can switch it. I'm very professional. You know what I'm saying? Until I got to get in your ass. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, don't play with my money, and I won't play with yours.
Book you 1,000 loads to Hawaii, yo. If you don't pay me.
No, your truck will be sitting. But a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, when it's ignorant people, and then they'll go try to jump to another motherfucking dispatcher, like I gives a flying fuck they still ain't gonna dispatch you the way I fucking dispatch you at the end of the day. Cause I know I'm the dopest shit out here. That's just point blank period.
I like that.
Especially on the hot shot game, baby. I got that shit gone.
All right, y'all.
Talk that
talk. Well, what closing remarks, closing words y'all want to leave everybody with? I know I would say that everybody tune in this Saturday. If you ain't got your if you haven't signed up, please go ahead and sign up now. You don't want to miss this game about the rate per mile. Your drivers need to know this. You need to know this because drivers out there, they're going to tell you that, hey, I need to make $3 a mile, and they don't need to make $3 a mile. They want to make $3 a mile. So if you could come back with something that, hey, this is what you need to make. You only need to make $2.10 a mile, even though I'm still trying to get you $3 a mile. But you only need $2.10 a mile to stay in business. That makes you just more valuable than regular dispatchers who can just probably guesstimate. But you actually have a system in place that you can show this driver, hey, this is what you need to make. This is what, all the whole breakdown. And we're going to pretty much explain that this Saturday. So y'all don't want to miss it. It's free, free 99. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, please.
Cause Saturday's price ain't gonna be Sunday's price, baby. Trust that. And please go click the link in either one of our bios to get your ticket. Cause it's you miss out, you gonna miss out. Cause it's the only free game that we gonna give one time only. On the break even calculator. So
you gonna join us, James?
I don't know, man.
I done put him on the spot.
I
put him on the spot. James, he might be going on a trip next week. God dang, this week.
Actually, now that you say that, I might be having some family time while that's going on. So, what time y'all jumping on?
11.
11.
Ooh, that might be right. That might be right. 11 Central Time, so 12 your time, or 11 your time, Carrie.
11 Central.
11 Central.
I don't know.
I'm joking. I did that just so Ebony goddamn say something. He hungry. He need to eat.
I think I might be in the middle of some family time, man. So.
Nah, it's all good, man.
Also, you guys, Alicia's she's doing a virtual dispatch class on the 9th too. So if you still need training, I would suggest you tap in with my girl on July 9th. Also, she's doing a virtual dispatch training. Yeah. But like we said, Saturday's price ain't going to be Sunday's price.
Definitely. I'm telling you, y'all need this. Even for yourself. Even if your driver don't need it, you need it. Because if you know a driver's break-even point, that gives you so much confidence and such a relief.
And you really can get on the phone and talk that talk, and they motherfucking be like, what? What you say? I don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
A lot of them don't.
Got you. Let me show you a little something.
But yeah, man, something like I said this last week, and I'm gonna say it again to end this out. I can't even get it, man. Dang, my mind done went blank, bro. I just say good night. How about that, man? Good night. And we'll catch y'all on the flip side on the next time on the next podcast of eavesdropping knowledge, man. That means I need to go to sleep. I'm getting old, man, out here. I'm forgetting.
Hey, y'all, he got some midday cutty today. That's why that mind blank and shit. You know he down in the ATL. That's what they call it. I got some cutty last night.
It was with a female, not with the other one. You know what I'm saying? Put my business out there. Hey, man, we out, man.
Good night, y'all.
All right, y'all.
All right, good night, y'all.
Oh, man.